And now, Giant Sports Talk Live. Here are your hosts, Eric and Glenn.
Maybe we're talking Giants every day.
Feels like an industrial month.
From McCovey Cove to the Oracle Park lights, Eric and Glenn keep the fire burning bright, fighting for the glory, no matter what it costs us, breaking down the moments from the wins to the losses. Giant Sports Talk, we're here for the ride. Eric and Glenn with the fan base pride, talking dreams, will they contend? But we'll back the Giants till the very end. Let's go, Giants! Yes, yes, yes! Oh! Eric and Glenn breaking it down, all Giants all the time.
Take it away, big guy.
Yeah, buddy. Welcome to Giant Sports Talk Live here Monday. As Aaron rightfully says, could have just replayed the show from 2 weeks ago. Pretty much. The only addition, I think, is Eric Hassey, the man with the spring training opt-out. Only the San Francisco Giants could give a player with a spring training opt-out. But other than that, hey, Glenn, there's nothing else out there as far as for Giants fandom to kind of grab and hold and to chew on. Nothing.
Yeah. I'll be man enough to admit, guys, I'm in the pregame with Eric saying, explain this to me. Now, just make sure I'm on the right page. We give the guy the invite, and if he makes only the Giants, if he makes the team, he can opt out. I'm getting out of here. So
Yeah.
Eric. And I went to the doctor over the weekend, Eric. You know, we've been off. I haven't seen you for a few days. You're looking good. The beard. Jeez, you're like
Hanging in there.
you know what, Lou? Eric is like a pro athlete. Pro athletes come playoffs. It takes me a year to grow a beard. Eric grows a beard in like 4 days. He's like playoff beard. But my doctor said key to success is take the heart pill before Giant Sports Talk Live from now on. So that's what I'm going to do, because it ain't nothing to make me too happy. It's a heart racing, Eric. What are we doing?
No, great question. Hey, Richard Kipling, look at that. Our composer of Giant Sports Talk Live. He wrote that fantastic intro with Suno AI. It was cool. Good stuff, man. Again, appreciate that, Richard. Good stuff.
I've been reading baseball books and watching baseball movies, and I'm hitting up the hockey books. Look, I got the Whalers, and I just got Bleeding Green, the history of the Whalers. So I got lots, but Eric, I'm getting my heap and helping of Giants. It's kind of weird. All this stuff. So,
I don't know, man. We'll get into it again. Lou joins us. He having a little technical difficulties, but it looks like he's all good to go.
He's here for now.
Lou, real quick, how was your last few days? We haven't done a whole hell of a lot, as far as a baseball club, as a fandom is. I should say. So what's up, Lou?
Everything's good. Everything's good. Just getting my life back together after a few family problems, just enjoying football. And, I'll admit when I'm wrong. I was wrong about the Niners. I still think they got extremely lucky. And now we're going to see what happens when they go to Seattle. But, I think it's good. Every night it got a little bit old talking about the Giants. But, there's movement, but, I know we're going to talk about it now. The Giants, unfortunately, sort of got a kick in the balls by a few of their minor league prospects that sort of got in trouble. And, again, I'm sort of coming to the conclusion, and something that we talked about in the green room is I think Buster might just be a name. Buster is just a name to really hold it, because all these moves the Giants are doing are really Mania, who used to work for Farhan, and Mania, I think, is running the team. I think he does check with Buster, but I think Buster's just a man, and I think it all goes back to Larry Baer, where he basically went to Buster and said, Buster, we need you to sort of take, 3 years. I mean, you're going to be the owner. We're going to give you a little bit extra, but just abuse because, right now we're happy where we're at. We're making money with our real estate. And, it's just one of those things. Someone's going to have to take it. You're the new person. You're the newest owner. Instead of owning 2%, we'll give you 4%, but just take a little abuse because this will help the team because you know what? No one's going to remember in 3 years that it wasn't your decisions. It's just, they're going to think he was a ball team. And I've just come down to that because these moves, as I call them crumbs and Glenn calls them safe, they all seem to be the exact same. As Glenn talks about it, we hire a guy now that if he's an invitee, but if he makes a team, he can opt out. That's got Farhan written all over it. And then, a lot of these other guys, I don't know what it is with Giants, but they sort of remind me of the lawyers, the ambulance chasers where they're trying to get the quick fix. Because all our guys somehow are always off, no matter what, are always off. Injuries, Tommy John, shoulder surgery. He was good 4 years ago. And we're really trying to get on the cheap, and hopefully they can come back to the way they used to be. And, unfortunately, ball teams, this is sort of like a level below Tampa Bay. But Tampa Bay has guys that know what they're doing, and they have talented guys. We're just sort of stuck between a rock and a hard place. And, we are a rock, but we need a square hole. And we just, we try to go around it. But, as we talked about last week, we have a team that's older, another year older, that couldn't really commit. And then we have these young guys that we're hoping. And, and then the guy in the middle is a guy that we have no clue. And really, it's almost like, hey, let's give all the distractions to Tony V because either he's going to make us look good or he's somebody else we can blame. And, it just gets a little disturbing, we had the thing where, hey, after the meetings, December 5th or 6th, I think was the D-Day, we were allowed to get upset. But, what are we going to do? We have basically 2 months and 2 weeks before opening day. So let's just try to be positive a little bit and, let them shock us. Let them do another move. As Eric, you bring up, you know what was funny about it all is we were shocked when we got Devers. But my thing with Devers is, okay, you did that last year, but you really haven't done anything this offseason. And if they would have told us, hey, guys, we got Devers, this is all we're going to do, we wouldn't be upset. But that's not what they said. As Glenn says, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't get him drink. He's like still 6 steps before and he's almost dying. Give the guy something. And I think that's what they got to do for the fans. And I feel bad this weekend. What are you going to do on Saturday? Are you going to watch the Niners in football? Or are you going to drive to San Jose and meet Tony V and a guy who might be a good player at the Giants thing? Look at Glenn. Glenn's dying.
So he'll be in a cast. No, he'll be in a cast.
Giants timing can't be more impeccable. So that's where I'm at. But, it's good to be back, guys. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday to you. And you know what, Eric? Before you chime in, I'll just quickly say, Eric, how can you argue with anything Lou just said? And it's been a theme going back to Farhan. Try to shine up a turd and make it a diamond. They always go for the, it's like they try to outsmart the world of baseball, Eric. What does it get?
Right. Okay. That's a good point, right? You're talking about, and it also goes along the line. And you've used this word a lot, Glenn. It's talking about being safe. That's where it feels like, right? It just feels like they're just making these moves, just for safety's sake. I said this the other night. I've said a few times, safe baseball is losing baseball to a certain extent. And we'll get a little bit more into this because look at the Chicago Cubs. They're a team that really doesn't like to spend a lot of money, but you know what they did this year? They went out there and they're going for it. And I want to talk about this because the whole Bregman deal has a little bit of San Francisco Giants ties to it for the simple fact of what happened with Devers, and we'll get into that here shortly. But real quick, couple of super chats. Fuji Simeon, look at that. Thank you for Giants Sports Talk Live baseball theme cards, you two. There you go.
Hit the post office. Send him out his cards, Eric.
Way to go. Look at Glenn. He's taking, you are the postmaster of Giant Sports Talk Live. Look at that, man.
Well, you know,
That.
I put a package in the mail to you today. Lou already got his envelope. I think it was Lou, founder of the Wilmer Flores fan club, and I put your address on it. Wait till you see what you get. Wait, make sure you check. Bernice is even laughing. Wait till you check the address on the one that's coming to you on Thursday, Eric. That's all I'm going to say. Wait till you see. I was watching a little Planet of the Apes on the weekend.
All right.
It's a little Planet of the Apes theme, and I'm hoping they don't
Here we go. Is it a Cornelius?
What the heck?
I don't want to get sideways, but Fuji, another $2. Some good news, Lou. January 16th is Bruce Mahoney Day. Whatever. I don't know who Bruce Mahoney is. That's something that
that's the oldest rivalry west of the Mississippi. That's St. Ignatius, where I went. And then Lowe's went to Sacred Heart for boys. So it's a rivalry there. Here's the one negative about it, Eric. It used to be when I went to school, they would play at Kezar. Kezar held 3,200. It was awesome when you'd play there. When I graduated, they decided, let's go play at USF, 5,000. Perfect. They literally did like the OU Texas game. Half of the stadium was SI, half the stadium was Sacred Heart. 5,000 is plenty. Now what do? Like idiots? They have it at Chase. Chase is too big for a high school team, considering both teams are not that good. So you go to Chase, just like USF does when they play Gonzaga. The place holds 26,000. They'll be lucky to get 6. And it's scattered all over, so it looks empty. Both teams in the big gym don't play well. It's a horrible move. I hate the move. And I've told SI when they keep telling me, hey, Lou, will you send something? I go, no, because you guys don't make decisions. Who are you guys? You know, they just make dumb decisions, all about greed. And I'm not going to see a bad team and spend $60. It's either 40 or $60 to go see a high school team when I have a lifetime pass that doesn't work there. So, you know, I still see my old high school occasionally when they play somebody, but both teams are not that good. Having it at Chase Arena is ruined it. So that's my once on January 16th. But guess where I'll be on January 16th? I'll be here doing our show.
There you go. Ooh, JB, our buddy from Australia, says right now there's no way I'm organizing a trip to San Francisco. Watch back-to-back homestands. I'd rather give money to Giant Sports Talk Live. At least there's production value there. Hey, I appreciate that, JB. I appreciate that. That's very kind of you. Yeah, that sucks. You see, look at his avatar, man. Yeah, he's got freaking the morphed of Buster Posey and Farhan Zaidi, and I'm seeing that a lot more lately in Twitter. But you see why? I mean, look what's going on, man. Hey, Fuji, I see your other super chat. Let me get that. I'll get there here in a minute. Here's the thing, and I want to get into this. Look, what is the news that we've gotten? They signed another catcher as a spring training invite. We had 2 freaking minor league pitchers get suspended for PEDs. Other than that, there's nothing else going on. There's nothing. And let's talk about this big news that happened over the weekend. Alex Bregman. Holy crap. What a deal, right? Listen to this. Imagine that. Deferred money. 5 years, $175 million, right? $70 million of it is deferred. 70 million of it. I mean, that's almost half of the money is deferred. You know why he's doing that? Because then the team stays under the CBT so they could go out there and continue to do stuff, whether it's later in this offseason or maybe at the trade deadline. So look what the Cubs have done. And this is a team that the Giants are may have to face in a wild card, or hell, they may even win their own division. Hold on.
Are you killing me?
Listen to me. I know where you're going.
Playoffs.
Because, hey, come on. Do you really think the Giants are going to win the division? Let's really.
Do you honestly, Lou? Do you honestly
think what I'm saying? Playoffs? Exactly. Hold on. I'm just saying, if the Giants are competing, it's going to be for a wild card. But here, listen. So the Cubs, what have the Cubs done?
I need a whole thing of pills. Jesus.
There you go. What have the Cubs? Yeah. What have the Cubs done? They went out there and they traded their top prospect. They traded their top prospect for a pitcher, Edward Cabrera. Now,
Yeah.
is there risk involved? Absolutely, there's risk involved. He may blow out an elbow, but who doesn't blow out an elbow in these times, man? That's just part of the thing, man. When you pay big money or you make a big trade, hey, there's a possibility the kid is going to have an elbow surgery. But guess what? He's going to come back in about a half a year and he's going to be fine. That's just the way it is these days. It is. But they went out there and they took a risk. They traded their top prospect to bolster their rotation. They spent money on a position player because what happened? Kyle Tucker ain't coming back. But you know what? I'll argue with you. Alex Bregman is more clutch than Kyle Tucker. I would take Alex Bregman over Kyle Tucker. He's a better ball player all around. Yeah, is this Kyle Tucker got the sex appeal of a 5-tool player? Yeah, right? But my God, come on. If the Cubs can go out and do it, why can't the damn Giants? It doesn't make sense. Come on. Dude, and I'm not asking to revamp the entire roster. Get a starting pitcher. Get I'm saying a decent bat and a closer. And that's it. And you know what? They probably could have done that under the CBT. But no, they decided to go the whatever route you want to call it, the safe route, safe bet, whatever. It pisses me off that you see another club who isn't, look, Chicago's a big market, but it's not the same as San Francisco, right? If I'm not mistaken. Giants got more money per se, right? I think they're the 5th richest team in all of baseball, right? They're right up there. I think the Cubs are somewhere around there. But the Cubs are going out there and putting something together. The Giants could do that. And look, the Giants lineup is okay, right? It's okay. But why didn't you go out there and get that damn starting pitcher? Whether it was a trade, whether it was a free agent signing. And it just pisses me off to see another team that's going, you know what? We're going for it. And look, I would not suspect that the Cubs are going to trade Nico Horner. That was a guy that was talked about, right? And before in our last show, that was a guy that that's a guy that the Giants may be able to trade for. Why would the Cubs trade Nico Horner? There's no reason to. He's got one more year of control. He's cheap. He's a good player. And you just went out there and you signed Bregman. Your team is better if you hold on to Horner, and then he just hits free agency next year. But they have a good chance to do something.
Yeah.
A very good chance. This is all I want to see with the San Francisco Giants, to do something like what the Cubs are doing. Now, granted, and this is I'm a segue. I'm sorry for going long, because I'll tell you something right now. You want to see a really pissed off fan base? The Boston Red Sox, oh my God, they are losing their ever-loving mind. Everybody that I've seen that's a Boston Red Sox, I wish Justin was on. I would bring him on. So they basically dropped the ball on being able to sign Bregman. Supposedly, Breslow didn't believe that Boris had another offer that was more, and basically said, all right, we're not going to match it. And lo and behold, he leaves Boston and goes to Chicago. So but listen to this. What was the reason why the Boston Red Sox traded Rafael Devers? Because of signing Alex Bregman, right? Yeah. So what did you do? So you traded Devers so you can have Bregman at third, and then after the season, Bregman walks.
Good point.
And now who's going to be their third baseman? And not only that, They also lost Tibbs, right? Part of the deal. They picked up a shit in Hicks. I mean, it's just, and the Boston Red Sox fans are like, you're telling me we traded Rafi Devers for 114 games of Alex Bregman? He's like, what the hell's, oh dude, all the Red Sox fans are losing their minds, because they would have rather have kept Rafi Devers, right? Instead of signing Alex Bregman. It's just, I mean, it's just crazy what's going on. Hey, and I'll say that at least we're not in the same boat as the Boston Red Sox.
You know what, Eric? You went on that long soliloquy. You strung together a beautiful soliloquy there talking about the Red Sox, and you brought Devers in, which is great. A little segue to the Giants. And you sort of hoped everybody would forget that you were talking about playoff games.
Yeah.
So
Well,
I
I'm
give
just
you
saying, if they are.
for that. Like, Lou, do you know the thing, Lou, that nobody is jumping on that I harped on a couple of weeks ago? And nobody seems to be talking about it, Eric and Lou. Lou, what did I tell you going back a month ago? I said, we are going to be the last dog at the bowl. Every week we come on and do a Monday night show, and we're talking about this guy's off the board. This guy, Bregman's gone. Tucker may sign. There's going to be nobody left, and we're getting A-ball pitchers or catchers. What, Lou? There's going to be nobody there but those scraps you talk about. This is what I'm most fearful of. It's not necessarily that they're not signing anybody, getting a job done right now. There are possibilities. They're all coming off the board, and I don't see much action, and they don't seem to be too concerned.
Well, I agree on a lot of the things. One of the things I did want to bring up is we had a show last week with our boy from New York, and we had predictions. And a couple guys on the chat laughed at me when I said, I'm going to go on the limb and say Bregman is signing with the Cubs. And you go, Lou, wow.
Yeah,
And
I thought that was huge.
Because I said that because they lost Tucker. Now,
Correct.
one of the things we're talking about Bregman walking, Boston, again, got out of the money. But they did pick up Harrison, who everybody thought was as good as Mad Bum, Giants guys. They got Hicks, who's a great reliever. So the one thing, too, about the Bregman pick is I think our minds sort of forgot who was in the playoffs last year. I don't know if people remembered, but I could have swore that San Diego Padres played the Chicago Cubs in the first round of the playoffs. Not only if we go by Eric saying, hey, Bregman might be a better player than Tucker, well, then if they're a little bit better and they're a playoff team, the Giants are now 3 steps behind them instead of only 1, because we already know the Braves are going to be better.
Correct.
The other thing, too, is what the Cubs are doing, and Eric, you brought up, okay, what are they going to do with Horner? Oh, they're going to keep him in insurance. You know what? There's a thing called the trade deadline. Say the Cubs are right there. They could then trade him to get that missing piece.
Great point.
That's what a good organization does. Unlike the Giants over the last 5 or 6 years, when they have that player, oh, he's going to come back and sign with us. We'll just not make the playoffs and not get the prospects. So that, that's a big difference. The other thing, too, is if we go back before last year, before the Cubs signed Tucker, they said they were rebuilding. If you remember, there were 2 teams. The San Diego Padres, because of the new ownership, the old guy dying and everything, the kids running the team. Padres have no money. Let's not worry about him. And then the Cubs, new owner Richter and those guys, they said, hey, we're not spending more money. She had 2 teams, right? The Padres, they made the playoffs because they still have their guys. They haven't traded them. And they have a GM that's hungry, who's going to do whatever it takes. Then you have the Cubs said, listen, why don't we just sign Tucker with an opt-out after 1 so we can at least give the division? If you remember, that was Milwaukee, right? They had a great year. They made the playoffs. So now what do? Hey, let's come up with something and sign Bregman. Let's, default $70 million. Let's keep him. And then now this is now going to be, again, not as expensive as Tucker. And if I'm going by Eric, might be a better player. And you know what? The one thing he has that that Tucker didn't have, he's got the ring.
He's got the ring, and he's clutch. He's clutch, man. When the game is on the line, that guy comes through quite often with the bat.
Yeah,
there's no doubt about it.
It's one of those things where it's now when you really think about it, it's like. Again, the Giants a couple of years ago said, hey, we're going to be fighting for the 3rd wild card. You don't hear that anymore. It's almost like we're picking up these crumbs just to fill out the roster. That's what it's sort of coming out to. Fill out the roster. You know, Mania said, hey, we're happy with our youth. Well, you know what? 2 guys just got 50. Yeah. So, again, I don't know who these pitchers are. I saw it today. I don't know if these guys were part of the future, maybe a year away or 2 years. But when you're out 50 and you get caught with PEDs, you're never going to be the same player because you might have reached that level with PEDs to get to that level. Now you got to watch, you know, major blow for the Giants. But again, Mania says, don't worry about it. He has faith. I don't know where he's looking because I don't have faith in our AAA team. I don't have faith in our major league team. So where he's thinking, you know, I don't know where that Kool-Aid is, or if he's got a little bud, you know, pass it around so everybody else can get high. Cause I think that's what he is a little bit on his terminology.
I agree with Lou. You're right on the money. You know what? How about the Cubs, Eric? An off season, they're putting all these, I'm telling you what, they're building a nice ball club. And Lou, you know what? I'm going to take credit for one of the takes I had last week. Blow my own horn. I told you. What did I tell you last week? The White Star Line. They took a lot of credit for their ship. Oh, we're taking credit. Oh boy, we got faith. We got faith in our product. And where did that get them? I'm tired of the. You know what? Let's call a spade a spade. Lou, it's bullshit. Oh, we got great trust and faith in our. The product sucks. Dude, you can't bullshit bullshitters like the 3 of us. We know this is not a playoff team. What are they trying to sell us? They're trying. What are used car salesmen over there at the Giants front office?
Fast Eddies.
Yeah. Eddies.
Oh,
but how you feel, Eric?
Yeah.
Real.
Hey, check this guy out. I haven't seen him in here before. A Blue Jays fan, Lloyd Parsons. Hey, welcome to the Fraternity League on Giants Sports Talk Live. Have not seen you in a chat before. If I have, well, welcome again. Being a Jays fan, hope the Giants pick up some talent before spring training. Hey, what's up, Will? Will Martinez is out there. I see Will. Hey, what's up? He goes, it's obvious Giants ownership is okay with being a competitive middle of the pack ball club. Yes, they are. That hovers around 500 while being profitable. You're on, I think. Right? We talked about this, remember? You know, are they gonna go youth? Are they gonna go spend money? Or are they gonna stay in the middle? Well, I think that's what they want. I think that's the plan. It's not about choosing one or the other. They are choosing to stay down the middle, just like Will's saying. I 100%, because they're still making money.
Yep.
They're making money.
So, I just had dinner with Al Wong, who you know. Hey, Al. And Al treated me to dinner and drinks, Eric, and that was the topic of conversation for about 40 minutes was they're not picking a lane. I said, Al, they're content to be a 500 team. And they make their money, and there's a little bit of a rush. It gave Eric every year. I got to put up with you in August. You're like, oh, we're close. And you know what? We're close. We had a little run and a little bit of excitement for 3 weeks of the season, right? Yeah. And you just don't get the job. But to the front office and to the ownership, oh, you know what? It was a productive year. We had our run and we couldn't get anything done at the trade deadline. And but we continue here at Giant Sports Talk Live to have the greatest pickups of the offseason, Eric. Of course, signing the legendary Lou Marsden. And look at that. He said, Harish71 says it's crazy crab time. Just want you guys to know that prior to the start of training camp, it'll be an early camp this year because of the World Classic. We have, in fact, added someone else to our roster. Eric, I picked up a crazy crab.
That looks like a crazy crab.
I picked up a crazy crab. He's going to be the mascot of Giant Sports Talk Live in 2026. There he is. Cost me 50 bones. That's coming out of our budget this month. But there you go. I saw a crazy crab. He said, please. It was like a rescue. Please take me home.
A rescue. A rescue.
He's a rescue crab.
And Glenn, that's perfect since crab season started 2 days ago. Crab in San Francisco is back. Dungeon crab doesn't get any better. But I just wanted to do something 1 minute quick.
Yep.
Okay. We're talking about the Giants. So I just want to tell you if we're better than these teams. Okay.
Ooh.
Right now. So
As of right now, right?
As of right now. Are we better than the Philadelphia Phillies?
No.
No.
Okay. So that's one playoff team. Are we better than the New York Mets?
Ooh.
To be determined. TBD.
Yeah, I'd say even.
Are we better than Miami Marlins?
Yes.
Another
yes.
TBD. I don't know.
I think yes. I'll say yes.
Are we better than the Atlanta Braves?
No.
All right. So that's 2 playoff teams already. Are we better than the Milwaukee Brewers?
No.
Okay. There's 3. Are we better than the Chicago Cubs?
No.
Oh.
There's 4.
We weren't better than the Cubs, may I add, 2 weeks ago. And look, they've gotten better. So
Are we better than the Cincinnati Reds?
No.
no, they still got a nice pitching staff, I think.
They got a hell of
I
a
know we're better than the St. Louis Cardinals because they're rebuilding. Are we better than the Pittsburgh Pirates?
Yes.
Are we
But
better
with
than
the rotation? The rotation is
All right,
but
so
yes,
that could
we're
be
better than the
TBD.
Pirates.
Are we better than the Dodgers?
No.
Come on, Lou. Lou, give us a
Are we
little bit
better
of
than the Padres?
No.
I don't think so. No.
Are we better than Arizona?
No.
Okay, so that's already 9 teams that are better than us.
We better.
Yeah, I know.
So when I think about it, I don't remember how many teams make the playoffs, but let me just take a look again.
6, right? 3 divisions and then 3 wild cards.
6. So right now, there's 9 teams better than us, and they only accept 6 teams. Could it maybe be the Giants realize they're not a playoff team? And we go back to somebody in the chat saying, hey, as long as they're 500 and they can draw 2.5 million, that's a winning proposition.
That's it in a nutshell.
And I think that could be it. The other thing too, and I bought this up last weekend, the schedule to start the season this year is brutal. Brutal. So it gets to the point where, hey, they're going to do whatever it takes for the Giants to look good. You know, I mean, I still don't understand how they have a double-A Mexican team, not the one competing in the World Baseball Classic. It's a Mexican Division II team. That's our warm-up to the New York Yankees, and that's what fans are going to see before opening day. Little tough that they're making us pay probably full price for it. I haven't seen the price of the spring training game, but I think that's the problem with the Giants. And I think maybe the Giants in the organization are hoping there's a lockout next year, because let me tell you something. If they start off bad going 10-22, right, which I'm predicting, and this team isn't drawing and people are pissed because we all got stuck on the Buster juice, it's going to get ugly before it gets better.
Yep. All right, here. Let me get a couple of super chats here.
Yeah.
Hey, Doug Kupala, I shot him out the link. He said he'll join us later. Justin, our buddy from Massachusetts, said, "Ugh, Bregman to the clubs. Yuck, $2. Thanks, Justin. We'll see you here in a little bit." Fuji said, Bruce Mahoney is to honor 2 alums who died in World War II. How about that?
One from SI, one from Sacred Heart.
Interesting. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Oldest rivalry west of Mississippi.
Is it? Well, that's something.
There
That's
you go.
quite something. He donates another $2. Fuji, man, dropping the $2 all over the place. I appreciate you, Fuji. Thank you. How is Justin? There you go. Speak of the devil, Justin. You see?
Yeah, we got messy.
And you
Justin,
shall receive, man.
don't panic.
Ask.
Don't panic.
And you shall receive. That's how we do it here in Giant Sports Talk Live, man. We're pretty good at that stuff. All right. Without further ado, let's go ahead and bring on our friend from Massachusetts. What's up, Justin?
Thanks a lot, Bregman.
There he is.
So hey, you gotta, man. I tell you what, I saw it all over Twitter the other night, man. Holy crap, man! Holy crap, dude! I never seen a fan base lose their absolute shit because of what happened. And it's not directed at Bregman; it's directed at Craig
The Red Sox front
Briscoe,
office,
right?
Yep.
So, I mean, talk to me, man. What as a Boston Red Sox fan, how are you feeling about this offseason?
First off, what's up, Lou? I haven't seen. I know I haven't talked to you in a while. I hope you're good, buddy.
Thanks. Yeah, I think we last time I saw you was the prediction playoff show or right around there.
Yeah.
So good to see you. Happy New Year.
I hope everything's well with you and your family.
Thank you, sir.
Second off, oh man. Okay, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you guys. I was happy that Devers went to a place that he wanted to go to because of this front office. Because I thought we were gonna keep Bregman, like for the long term. I thought that was gonna be our third baseman going into 2026.
Right.
And then we saw that he's opting out. And then I told Eric this, like, I don't think Bregman's gonna return. I was
Yeah, I
right.
remember you saying that.
I was right. Bregman didn't return.
Yep.
I did not.
Now, what do you think of this? It's why didn't the Red Sox? And I don't know if there's any truth to that. Okay, supposedly Breslow didn't believe that Scott Boras had a better offer for Bregman, and I guess he tried to call him out on it. And
we offered, from what I'm hearing, we offered the same years, just less money for Bregman.
Less money, and I think you guys deferred a little bit more too, right? Wasn't it like spaced?
Yep.
It was spaced over like a decade. I thought it's like that's a bit much. That's a bit much, but
so
I mean, it was. I mean, hey,
when
they had their chance. It sounds like they had their chance, and they kind of blew it.
They did. No, they did. They were high on his list for him to return. High on his list for him to return. But then the Cubs came in, and I was like,
Cubs ain't messing around, man.
Yeah, I don't want, and I didn't want to say anything bad, and I'm not going to say anything bad. But to me, when we lost Bregman, I just kind of felt like we traded away Devers for nothing.
Right. That's what everyone's saying. That's what everybody is saying. Everybody is saying we traded, again, talking about Red Sox fans, we traded Devers for nothing. For nothing.
How do you feel this as a Giants fan? I don't even know. Like, maybe Eric, you want to find out, Lou? As an outsider, I mean, you're the guy over there in Beantown. How do you pivot? Like, how do you fix this now?
Our third baseman at the moment is going to be Marcelo Mayer.
Oh, okay.
That.
Could be worse.
I don't know how to feel.
I have a question. I mean, with the Giants taking Devers' contract, how in the hell are you guys ever outbid? I mean, you guys have the money, is the one thing. And second of all, if the Patriots would have lost last night, and this would have been a bigger story.
Yeah.
You guys being, the number 2 seed and definitely a Super Bowl contender. Would Boston have been rioted? I mean, like, oh my God. Because now really because the Celtics, trust me, aren't going to win it all because they're hampered from injuries, right?
Yeah.
So now, and Boston is like Philly. Once one season ends, they go to the next one starting, right? It's in 2 months. It's baseball. Now the Bregman story is bigger. People are pissed off the Patriots couldn't win it. I mean, the Patriots were sort of helping them out while they last. Or this would have been like, all over sports. It would have been one of those things. So, yeah.
I'm glad you brought up the Patriots, and I'm gonna pivot off what you said. New England, to me right now, does not have the Patriots making the Super Bowl. Mainly because it's Vrabel's first year as a New England Patriots head coach, and this team is still we were not even supposed to be here.
They're like a year ahead.
Yeah, we're like a year ahead. Yeah, so to me, fans, if we make the Super Bowl, cool. The fans are gonna be happy. But I think this team's expedition is like AFC Championship nonetheless. Yeah. And then losing to like either the Bills or the Broncos. Now, Celtics, yeah, we're not championship contenders because we got Jason Tatum out with an Achilles injury. The Red Sox, Eric, Glenn, and Lou, we are the only Major League Baseball team that has not signed a free agent.
We haven't exactly. I mean, Lou, we may have signed. We're kind of in the same company.
We
Just
have
because-
5 guys
because you sign them
combined might
doesn't mean
equal
you're
1. 5 crumbs that we've
Yeah.
signed might equal 1.
Yeah.
Because there's question marks in all of them. But no, I understand what you're saying. I mean, second of all, you guys are the Boston Red Sox. And I think sometimes I say the same thing because really when you think there's 5 franchises, when you say them, automatic have respect. They're run by great teams. They've been great in the past. And that's what fans expect, Red Sox and Yankees. Nobody ever talks about Baltimore or Tampa Bay. They're more like, God, how in the hell do they do it? We spend more money. So the Red Sox and the Yankees are on that level. That's why I think with us, we always think the Dodgers, Giants, and Padres. But when the Padres spend more money than us, Arizona more than us, it's like, wait a minute, guys, we're the San Francisco Giants. We're not the New York Giants, and it's like we go down to another level that we shouldn't have to. I told Eric, so here's the big thing about the Giants. Giants have only spent 46% of what they made last year. And most teams, from a guy whose birthday it is, by the way, Larry Krueger, if you're listening, happy birthday. Most teams spend between 62 and 77% of what they made the year before. So the Giants are being really cheap on all aspects. We drew $3.2 million last year, which is hard to believe. $3.2 million. We were a 500 team. And somehow drawing $3.2 million, making money in our real estate thing, we have a worse team this year than we did last year. It's almost impossible to do when you really think about it. But it all comes down to who you pick, who you're signing. And it's just one of those things where it boggles the mind. And what I said earlier is I think right now, until he changes, I think Buster is just a name. I think Manaea really does it all because all these picks are the same, and it's disturbing. But, let's get back to Boston, So they haven't signed anybody,
No,
and the one thing
because
about Boston is you guys are like
You guys,
Chicago.
real quick. You guys ain't getting Bichette, right? Yeah, I saw everyone talking. I'm not gonna get, but no, you're not gonna get Bichette, right?
To me, I don't think we're even gonna get Eugenio Suarez at this point.
Well, there you go. Go ahead, Lou. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No. What I'm going to say is the Red Sox are like the Cubs. No matter what, because of the of Fenway Park, they're going to draw 2-5 without even trying, right? But the fans are only going to take so much. The Red Sox, over these last, I'd say 10 months have done a lot of things to damage the fans. Boston expects more. Are the fans going to say, hey, you know what? Fenway's great, but we're not going to come for a 500 team, I guess the best way. Because you got to remember, you guys have gone last place, World Series. Last place, World Series.
Yep.
And fans can only take that for so long. You want consistency. And that's the one thing about I think us being Giant fans is we're still talking about 10, 11 years ago. The last, decade, we've been horrible. And that's why we're frustrated. How are the Red Sox going to be, especially with all this happening and it's so recent?
So the players that we did get were only trades. Sonny Gray, okay, I don't think he's going to be a great rotation piece for the Boston Red Sox. Wilson Contreras, I don't think he's going to be a great first baseman for the Boston Red Sox. Am I happy to have these guys? Sure. But I would have loved a big guy like I don't know, like a Robert Suarez or a Dylan Cease kind of guy that other teams are signing kind of thing. But Lou, you're right. If we're not a 500 team, the sellout crowd for Fenway Park, the fans are gonna be there. The fans are gonna be like, yeah. But you know what? If this team doesn't do anything, fans are going to buy tickets for opening weekend just to see Xander Bogaerts beat up on the Boston Red Sox when the San Diego Padres come to town. Fans are going to buy tickets to come watch Rafael Devers beat the living crap out of his team when he comes to town.
Huh.
Hey, we know what that's like. We got about 20,000 blue and white coming to see them beat up on our Giants.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Glenn, when the Dodgers were in town, it was packed out Dodgers fans at Fenway Park. I wasn't there, but it was
Weird.
packed out Dodgers fans at Fenway Park.
That's weird.
So, Lou, I guess what I'm trying to say is that this fan base is getting sick and tired of the front office because of what they did because of how they treated Mookie, how they treated Alexander, how they treated Chris Sale, how they treated their former players. Yes, I get Bregman was not a guy that spent his whole entire career with the Red Sox, but us losing out on Bregman kind of pissed the Red Sox fans off.
There we go.
So.
Oh, everybody's getting in on it. Huh?
Yeah, I like this.
We got
This is
Chris,
fun.
we got Wilmer. Funny thing, I got to tell you before I forget, Eric, I brought up him when you were in getting your coffee, and then I just was goofing around. I don't know enough about the graphics. I got him up there. I didn't know how to get him out of there.
Yeah.
Well, I'm having my supper with Al Wong today, and what's better than talking Giants baseball for 2.5 hours over drinks with Al Wong, right? Yeah, it doesn't get much better, except Giant Sports Talk Live. And I got a table of Giants fans beside us, and they see my shirt, Eric, and they brought up talk about. See, this is why Giants Sports Talk fans are brilliant people. They said, "Oh, we've seen that show on the internet." I go, "Well, fuck." Of course, everybody, whether you come back or not. Now that's the question. But they saw my shirt, Eric. I showed it to you last week. What did it say? Should have walked him. Wilmer Flores. One of them says, "I like your shirt." I said, "Oh, thanks, man. Big Wilmer fan." He goes, "Yeah, but you got it ass backwards." I said, "What do you mean?" "They shouldn't have let him walk. What are you talking? They got to sign that guy." I'm like, that a boy. I still say he's going to be signed by some team like the Dodgers, Blue Jays. It's some team that need that last little piece off the bench, Eric. You tell me he wouldn't be a great Blue Jay? You tell me Wilmer Flores off the bench in Toronto?
It ain't us. I can tell you that right now.
And what I'm leading to, I don't throw accolades. I don't visit the flower shop and throw bouquets to Dan very often. But he did a show the other day. I don't know if you caught it, Lou. He did a short, and he broke down our bench. Attaboy, Eric. See, you know what you're doing. I don't. So you're stuck with me and my buddy there. He broke down Wilmer Flores and Encarnacion. The strikeout rate of 33% and 13%. And why Encarnacion's still in the roster. He goes, the Giants, and I gotta give him a bone on well broken down.
Yeah,
all right?
and look, and that's the thing is the Giants lineup is okay, right? It's decent, but there's no depth.
But again, the way Dan broke it down, again, I'm not one to throw him a bouquet, but it was well done, Eric. And how do you explain to the fan base 2 outs in the ninth, and you're going to your bench, bringing in Encarnacion who strikes out a third of his at-bats, and you let a guy like Wilmer walk when you can get Wilmer? What do you think you're going to get Wilmer for, Eric, if he hasn't signed? We're in another month. You get him for like $1.5 million.
I think he's going to sign more than that. I think he's going to sign more than that.
I think he will, but if it was the last one, if you had a chance to get it for $1.5 million, they'd be crazy.
Here's a question.
They're letting him walk now, so I just got to get Wilmer out of the way. But
hey, what are you going to do if he signs with Dodger Blue?
I still won't wear a Dodgers jersey. But
would you wear a 41 Dodger Blue?
In a bit of a pickle here. I've been a fan of him since since Armand and I were cheering for him when he was a New York Met. And then we cried with Wilmer when he got traded away, but didn't get traded away. And then he went to Arizona. But I'm telling you that you think you got problems in Boston? Oh God.
So Glenn is like me. If he goes to like a different team, okay, cool. But if he goes to the rivals like the Yankees, I'm sorry, you're not being cheered for.
Ooh.
Hey, Fuji, he donates $2 again. Damn.
Hey, Fuji.
Says Giants fans are grateful for the Red Sox generosity.
They should be.
Absolutely. 100%.
Mm-hmm.
Lloyd Parsons, he chimed in. What's up? He drops a 2. Look at that. He drops a 279 Canadian even. Look at that. Right on, Lloyd. He goes, will Eldridge make the team this year? That's an interesting question. He very well may be.
Get Wood and Wilmer.
Right. And look, tell me if I'm wrong. Would he be the youngest rookie in MLB history to be a DH? Because that's what he's going to be. I mean, right? As it currently stands,
it's a good point.
He is primarily, yes, is he going to play some first? Sure. But he's primarily going to be the DH. So, I mean, that's the only position that he can play right now. It's either DH or first base, and we all know who's going to be primarily at first base.
Mm-hmm.
So, but is he going to be on the roster? I think he might. I mean, I put a poll out there, and I was like, I kind of would rather see him be in Sacramento. He's young. He's only 21 years old. There's no need to rush the kid. I'd rather him come up and be a well-rounded major league player, right? He may not be.
Wait a second, Eric. You bring those up, and now you're throwing it out there. You should make a point of bringing those into our conversation. Those how did that poll? I saw you post it. I saw the initial reaction. How did it finish?
You want to see? Hold on.
Because
I'm going to bring it up.
Because the fans you have as a fan an opportunity to speak your mind when Eric posts those up during the week.
Yeah, I love doing that stuff, man. It's fun.
Sure.
It's a lot of fun.
And they serve a good purpose. It's the reality. I mean, it tells you what the people on the street are talking about, man.
All right, here we go. This is what I got. I did this a few days ago. And the reason why I put it out there is because FP Santangelo and Lou's favorite person, Susan Slusser, they were on their podcast, and they were talking to Kyle Haynes, which is the Giants' director of player development. So I was like, okay, I'll put a post out there. And I put the director of Giants player development, Kyle Haynes, had an interview with the people, right? And gave a synopsis of Bryce Eldridge's defense and base running. And it isn't a ringing endorsement. Haynes stated that Bryce's current level of defense and base running is at the high A to double A level.
Ooh.
This isn't getting done at the MLB level. This is me talking. It was his bat that got him promoted throughout the minor league system. There is more to a baseball player than just swinging the lumber. Here's the question.
Timber.
What should Bryce start the 2026 season, given that he isn't fully fleshed out MLB player at this time? Keep in mind, he's only 21, so there's no need to rush him. Look at that. 111 votes. 68% say have him start in AAA, developing into a capable all-around MLB player. 27 say have him on the MLB roster, primarily as a DH. And then the other, well, I had to put a third option in there because otherwise it wouldn't let me do the poll. So
let me ask you, Eric, as you posted that, those are the results. The people have spoken. But when you see that reaction, AAA, minor leaguer, send it back. Are we really in a position with the roster we have right now to do that? The Giants really have, they're like pigeonholing themselves again, where they've got, he's got to be on the roster.
And there you go. And then look, this could go either way. It could either be, hey, the Giants ain't going to go anywhere anyway, so if you want to play them, you play them, right? You could take that side of the argument, or you could sit there and say, well, you know what? If he is that low in his defense and base running, well, just let him cook a little bit. He's only 21. Not a big deal if he starts off in AAA, because I'd rather have a guy that's a bit more well-rounded. That's the word I use. So when he comes to the major leagues, all right, yeah, you still could tweak some stuff and you're still learning, but you don't have that steep hill to climb when you have to overcome. Because baseball, right? Come on, baseball's more than just getting up to home plate and swinging the bat. There's more to it.
Tell the Giants.
Come on, you got to be able to play a position. You got to be able to run the bases. You have to.
Hey, Eric, can I bring up something about the Giants? We were the worst defensive team last year.
Yep.
So if this guy's still at single A level, I never want to see him at first.
Oh, geez.
I never want to see him at first if his ability is only that. And if he's going to start in the minors, then fucking sign Dominic Smith right now. Another guy that we are worried about off the bench.
Lou Marson with his first fuck on the air. I love it.
Are you kidding me? I don't understand the logic. What is wrong with the Giants? If he's defense ability, I know you love him. And he was clutch last year. He was one of the most clutch guys, and he played a great first base. But our defense was atrocious last year. Our running the bases was atrocious.
Yes.
So now we're going to stick a guy who's young, whose ability defensively, because again, Devers is not going to be able to play first base everything. And then I'm going to use Glenn's famous thing that he used a couple weeks ago. What happens if one of these guys get injured?
It's true.
I know not Webb, but if you remember, it seemed like, I don't know who the Giants trainers are, but every year Yaz pulled something or was out, and then we got Casey coming off an injury. I mean, and again, I don't mean to be negative, but the Giants, some of these guys, I think, have never really learned baseball the right way. Fundamentals. I'll take our left fielder. No guy should ever be thrown out of third base 3 different ways. Our left fielder has done that. No left fielder should ever not be able to fly a fly ball where he's underrun it, overran it, ran to the left, and never heard of a cutoff. To me, that means either they speak a different language, and I mean baseball, where they never really were taught, just their ability bottom to that level. Like when you're in 7th grade and this guy, my God, he belongs in high school because, he's 6'2", he's young, but he can hit the ball. He's gone through the system, but when in the major leagues, you can't cheat. Baseball. Teams find your flaws, and they're going to come through. The Giants have so many flaws. It's the same thing where we all say how great Chapman is. Hey, last year at times, he deserved to be called Crapman, okay? He made the most errors he's done ever. I think he had 16. He wasn't a Golden Glove, okay? He struck out way too many times, and the guy cannot hit in the clutch. We talk about Devers. We all expected Devers to be like how Eldridge was. Devers had a bad year. I know the first 6 weeks, Eric said it's because, hey, he's coming from Boston to San Francisco. Yeah. His family's back, which I completely understand. There might have been a language barrier, where if you went to Giant games, like when all 3 of us went a couple times, there was like 2 groups. You had the guy speaking Spanish and Colombian, and I'm not even sure what they speak in Colombia, so I'll just say they're all one. And you had the coaches, the white on the other side. You saw it. We sat. They were separated. Look at, there's nobody on that side. That's how it was. And I think the thing with the Giants is they got to face reality. Stop talking about Eldridge like he's going to be a superstar, and just let the guy just be a guy like Brandon Belt. If he could be like Brandon Belt right now at this young age, he might grow into a superstar. But we've talked about this guy, and we said it last year. This guy is the combination of Jack and Will Clark. But now it turns out, because of his size, his ability, he'll be able to play first base easy. No, it's not an easy position. Okay? It takes someone really good to do it. Now the guy's in single A. A guy's telling you who's been in the majors. Right now he's about single A ability. That means he's like 4 to 5 years away of being a major league first baseman. And with our team,
yikes.
And we don't even have a second baseman. So now when he plays, you have 2 flaws. A first baseman who's flawed and a second baseman. That's pretty tough. It doesn't matter that you might have a great guy at third baseman, and then Adames, he's good, but he's not a Golden Glove. Okay. So I'm just saying you have all these flaws. So not only can we not run the bases, our defense sucks. We have no one that can go into things. I don't care about Boston anymore. I think we're worse situation than the Red Sox.
Lou Marsden telling it like it is tonight, Eric.
Lou coming in on fire, man, tonight. He was raring to go, man.
Oh, boy.
He was raring to go. Jay donates $10 Australian. Let Eldridge cook in AAA unless the Giants are actually in the hunt with the potential of a 2027 lockout. BE officially entering Bryce Eldridge entering his first year of control on a losing ball club. It's a total waste. I think it's actually started last year because he came up last year. But no, I see right here. You're talking about playing his first somewhat full year because he only had 3 weeks last year. So yeah, he's. I would not be surprised if he starts on the 26 man. I would not be surprised.
But Eric, That's a good point that JB's talking about. Some of the other guys in the chat, Lou, and
Talking about the upcoming.
Let me ask you this, and I ask you this in all sincerity. Maybe I'm off the rails here. If he was to play next year in the minor leagues, if you send him to AAA and he leave him there for the whole year, Eric, does that not give you an option with a lockout? Does he not then he gets to play at AAA? Is he eligible? Because you can't just send all your players down to play AAA. Does he?
You know what? How does that work? Hold on. That's a great question. Does anyone out in the chat know if they go into a lockout, do the minor leaguers still play?
They still play. They're not on your MLB.
I don't think they do. I don't think they do because they're affiliated with the big league team. And without a signed CBA, I don't think they can play.
If you're
I don't know the details. I don't know that verbiage.
I think the minor league system still operates, but I can't
remember how they did it back a few years ago.
It's been a while.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure on that one.
I might have an answer to that.
Oh, he's Googling it. Look at Justin.
No, but this is like off top of my head.
Shit, Justin's. I forgot Armand's in the damn. I'm gonna bring him in. My bad, Armand. I forgot all about you back there. Hey, Justin, I'm gonna go ahead and let you go. We're gonna bring Armand in. Is that cool? Right on, man.
Thanks, buddy.
Good luck. Look forward to hearing from you the rest of the season.
Yeah, you guys will see me when you guys play the Red Sox. So I'll have a lot more to say.
All right, take it easy, man. All right, there it is. All right, Armand, what's up, man? I had you cooling down.
It was an early lockout.
I wish I had the answer for you guys. I don't know if I would assume they don't play.
I assume they do.
We'll find out. We'll find out soon enough.
Well, like I said in the chat, I said I'll try to find out on Foul Territory tomorrow since I'm always in their chat every day.
Foul Territory is great.
That'd be awesome.
They don't get a lot of run on Twitter. I'm surprised. It's a little. Sometimes they do, but Foul Territory is great.
AJ Przinsky brought up some interesting stuff about the Bregman situation.
He did. Oh my god, dude. Woo.
So first thing he brought up is that earlier in the offseason, he didn't give a specific date, but let's just say maybe after the GM meetings, maybe winter meetings, like end of November, beginning of December, Boston gave an offer to Bregman. I don't think he didn't give specific numbers, but he said it was in the range of like Pete Alonso and Kyle Schwarber. So let's say 5 years, $150 million. Boris and Bregman's camp told him, "You're nowhere near our market value." And like you brought up, the Red Sox said, "Well,
call your bluff."
And then this all came down to two things: heavy deferrals, and the fact that Bregman, he got pissed. He wanted to be in Boston, but he knows how baseball is, and he knows how these owners are.
Mm-hmm.
He wanted a no-trade clause. It's the one thing he asked for. Because he has 2 kids. He wants to have his family in one city this was going to be his last contract. If you're asking for a no-trade clause, at 32 years old, you're asking to be in one, like you are going to retire after this. John Henry and the Red Sox have it a part of their the Red Sox organization. They don't do no-trade clauses. They told him no. The Cubs said yes to the no-trade clause. That sealed the deal.
Bingo.
There you go. They got the no trade. There's no opt-outs either, right?
No opt-outs. Straight
and they
5
deferred
years.
$70 million, man.
You heard it from Armand. Hey, 2 award winners on the same show, Eric. Look at that.
Hey, how about that?
So, I know people are going after Breslow, and you're going after because of the comments he makes, because he's the one that constantly talks to the media, just like Mr. Posey.
You're talking about the owner, right?
Oh, I'm going after John Henry. That schmuck. This is the only league outside. I know Jerry Jones and everything with the NFL different, but this is the only league where the owners have final say. I think John Henry didn't believe they had that offer.
Huge miscalculation, man.
Yep.
Hey, I heard the Mets had a nice.
Oh, Zoom meeting.
nice-
a
Hey,
Zoom meeting like us right now.
Yeah,
Yeah, with
I
Kyle
heard they had
Tucker.
a nice meeting with Kyle Tucker.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Well, I said, I'm waiting till next month. As much as Bregman just signed now, I'm waiting till next month. Pitchers and catchers, spring training starts.
Soon, very
These-
soon.
When is that, by the way, guys? I mentioned
Not a
earlier in the
month.
show. It's got to be a little earlier, though. Isn't it?
February 10th.
Yeah, even that doesn't seem that much earlier when
Less
you consider
Last year was Valentine's
World
Day.
Baseball Classic year, right?
Yes, WBC. That's why it's earlier. Last year was Valentine's Day.
Yep.
It's still not a big. I mean, 4 or 5 days doesn't seem like a lot with a tournament like that. I don't know. It just seems like I was expecting more like the 1st of February.
I'm going to see. And I said this. If the Mets, if these players, whether Tucker, I'm going to put Bo in there, but Framber, Gallen, Ranger Suarez, those guys get opt-out deals with other teams. And let's say the Mets don't make an offer, I'm coming after my Pobo and I'm coming after my owner.
Oh, look at that.
Sounds right up the Giants' alley, doesn't it, Eric? I just give him opt out, sign somebody.
Hey, you know what?
I'm sick and tired of seeing the Mets are meeting with this guy or this team is interested in this. They're checking in with this. They're checking in with that. I can't fucking stand it. I wish these teams would just grow a set of nuts and do something. Make a goddamn move. I want my Mets to make a move. Giants, please grow a set. Make some sort of move. A deal with opt-outs. Do something.
I love it. Hey, you know what, though? If our teams ain't winning, it's okay because there is a team that wins. There you go, Tommy's Mexican, home of the world famous Tommy Margarita. You will never come out of Tommy's Mexican with a loss. You will always come out a winner, right, Lou?
And Eric, I do want to say one thing to the chat, and I don't know if we officially did Glenn, but guys, anybody in the chat that lives in the Bay Area, Saturday, March 14th, before March Madness starts, before opening day, me, Eric, and Glenn are going to be at Tommy's from
Well, you
3
two are.
to
I won't
7.
be.
Oh, you're not going to be down there yet? Oh, you'll still be in up north?
I'll be up north. Getting ready for
Oh, I
Blue
thought
Jays
you were back.
baseball.
I'm,
I'll be getting ready
then
for
it's going to be me and Eric. Well, I thought you were back in 6 weeks.
Yeah, 6, 8. Oh, you know,
Ah!
maybe I won't be allowed. I don't know.
So me and Eric will be there. A meet and greet. You guys can come by. We're going to have drink specials, food specials. You're going to be able to meet Julio, the owner of them. We also are going to be getting something special for Eric and Glenn from Julio. I know you guys. I think you guys might know what it is. But just mark that date, guys, from 3 to 7 on Saturday, March 14th. Tommy's 24th and Gary. Come by, meet me and Eric, and who knows, maybe Glenn might make a surprise. And
Fly in all the way from Canada.
Surprise.
we
visit.
also are going to have a former Giants baseball player with us. We will tell you when we get closer, so you can take some photos. He'll sign some autographs.
I got to fly
And
in.
if I'm not mistaken,
Autographs.
I think he's a World Series champion too, right, Lou?
He is. He is a World Series champion.
There we go.
So-
How about that?
Nice.
How about that?
Something Armand would know nothing about as of late.
No, I don't. But I do know Stanley Cup championships.
Yeah, that boy.
go.
That boy. Hey, are you an Islanders or a Rangers guy? I don't think I've ever asked you. Must be Islanders.
Oh,
Penguins.
Are you a big Penguin
Super
fan?
Mario.
Yeah.
See, have we ever talked? See, I don't even.
Yes, we have. I showed you my
Yes.
Team Canada Crosby jersey.
that's
Okay.
right.
All right.
But also the
And
second
who was my roommate?
Marc-Andre Fleury.
Maybe we have. See, I
Hey!
don't remember this.
Near side of Coach. He shoots and scores a rocket slammer from the right wing dot, and the Penguins make it 2-1. I've seen that fish before. Chris
Love it. Love it. Love it.
Talk about the production value. Giants
Hey, I
Sports
tell
Talk
you, man,
Live,
we-
bringing it.
I've seen that fish before.
I went to the show. Eric just got my text for my internet works pretty good on this show, but my phone leaves a lot
Not
to
so
be
much.
desired. I sent Eric a picture from the game yesterday at the Sharks
Yeah.
game. He goes, "You at the game?" He got it at like 5:30 today.
I thought you were going tonight.
Was not a good game.
Not a good game.
No.
Lou.
Vegas has
Okay.
their number. Vegas has their number.
Yeah, hope you didn't pick the Sharks yesterday, dude. Oh, we were ready to leave at the end of like 20 minutes. It was that bad.
Sharks for a
72.
few clunkers, but
Oh.
there's tell you the truth, the thing about them is they're about a year and a half away of being a dominant team of the West. You know, they're very, very young.
At least.
You know, they finally got a goalie. They're just not consistent, but I mean, they got 3 young studs. You
Well,
know,
they're doing it
sort
the
of
right
like
way,
how
Lou.
Boston was.
They're
I'm
doing
sorry.
it the right way, Lou.
Yeah, they're doing it the right way. Correct.
They picked the lane over there, right?
Here you go. Hey, look at that, Glenn.
Hey, separate.
Lloyd says Fleury's from his hometown, too. There you go.
Oh, is Lloyd from Sorel?
Are you from Sorel?
Is he from
Glenn
Sorel?
would know.
Yeah, I think I know Lloyd.
Travis, look at that. Travis. He's a Braves fan, but he's also a Penguins fan. How about that?
All right, Travis.
Eric.
Sydney, Nova Scotia.
Yeah, that's Lloyd. I know Lloyd.
Hey,
Lloyd.
Hey,
How
Eric.
did people find us like
Sorry.
this, Eric?
Hey, Dan went on the thing.
From Sydney, Nova Scotia's watching the show.
Hey,
Oh my
Dan-
God!
Eric and Glenn, Dan
Armand from New York.
Dan said, if you're on the 40-man roster,
Right.
you can't play in the minors. But if you're not on the 40-man
There you
and
go.
you start AAA, then you can do it.
So they still
maybe-
have.
There you go.
Yeah.
I could see
Eric.
that. I could totally see that. Yeah.
Thank
Open it
you,
up.
Dan.
Give him some playing time, dude.
There you go.
So
Lloyd says he loves us. Hey, we love you too, Lloyd.
We love you too.
Way to go.
So
Live
here's
New York. It's Armand.
the second tidbit that AJ Przinsky gave today
Oh, go for it. Yep.
is about free agency, players, agents, and teams. When a player's in free agency, their agent and the teams will use their last 3 years as a way to try to get to a contract as comp.
Ah. Interesting.
I know we're all over the place.
you just-
We're all over the place here, Eric. I got to ask Lloyd before he signs off. Before
That's
we
fine.
Hey, Lloyd, I'm curious. Does Lloyd still go? Does he go to the Cape Breton Screaming Eagles games since I have departed?
Do you go? Hey, Lloyd, do you still go? What is it?
Does he go to the Cape Breton Scream? Does he go to the Center 200 since I departed the premises? Since Eric opened up the checkbook and stole me away from the Junior Hockey League. I mean,
Oh,
I had to make my quick break in the dead of night. Buddy Clifford was chasing me down George Street. He says, "Come back, come back." I said, "No, I'm going to work with Eric." So I want to know if Lloyd goes.
You can't handle the truth.
I don't know if I can, but maybe I just want to know: does Lloyd go to the games? Just out of curiosity.
He lives in Victoria, BC now.
Oh, do you?
Okay.
Well,
He
when you
says,
say you're
always
from
my
Sydney,
home,
Nova Scotia, I mean,
he says Sydney is always his home, though. So there you go.
oh, there you go. My home is wherever Eric is. Right, Eric?
There you go. Hey,
Getting
how
mushy.
about this? Hey, we're quick. Fuji, he chimes in, says just let Bryce develop in AAA until he's ready. Seems to be
Yeah.
the growing sentiment there. Glenn, when I put that post out, 68% say, And granted, look, it's a small sample, but that's kind of where everyone is leaning.
But
Thank
I
you
think
again.
guy till he's ready. But the Giants may be just saying, yeah, no, he better be ready because
I agree with that. I voted for that, guys. I voted keep him in AAA to let him develop. But here's the thing: you gotta think about this too. Let's say he is still hitting, but he still needs the development with glove. What happens if the Giants' offense is abysmal? You're gonna have Giants fans come into your chat
I know.
and other chats and social media. Call them up. We need the offense. We're just abysmal. Runners in scoring position. You know, he has a 3 home run game. Call him up. Bat him behind Raffy.
There you go.
And with
There
our
you go,
pitching
Lloyd.
staff, our pitching staff, maybe we're going to need. It's so many unanswered questions, Eric, and it all goes back to all the holes in our lineup. What do we do? Do we go into the season without his bat and then? Oh, we're going to rely on the pitching staff to keep us in games. I don't think this pitching staff's keeping us in games.
And that's what concerns me is my biggest. I'll tell you guys, I've said this a million times, and I'll say this. Hey, Lloyd, I got something special for you, ready to go here in a minute. But the pitching, I think they could get it done with the lineup. It's okay if they had got that one pitcher to make it a 3-headed monster. We could be talking about a totally different type of situation, but
game's not over yet, though.
No.
There
is.
The 3 big pitchers are still out there: Framber, Ranger, and Gallen.
It ain't coming to the Giants. It ain't coming to the Giants. Hey, Lloyd, here's a little trip down memory lane.
Not getting a whole lot of playing time. Forces back in front of Savai at the line. Oceanic Briere with a burst of speed. Cuts up on the right side. Moves it on goal. Jams it in on Fleury. Stopped it. Briere was cruising into the goal mouth area. Shot kicked away. Best legs in town. Knock on Ray Fleury. But don't tell him I said that. As he kicks it away, the Eagles are able to clear it down the ice once again. Here the Oceanic with a burst of speed up on the right side. Late stages of the power play, which now has come to a close. 2-2 hockey game. The Eagles continue to weather the short-handed storm in this game. 12:07, third period. Max Robert dumps it in wide of Savai. Cutting it after George Davis. Centers one in front. Went off the body. Picked up by the Eagles. They now center again. Shot scored! Yes! What a setup! What a goal! Max Robert is doing everything today. Would you believe it? The Eagles take a 3-2 lead. You kidding me? Back in this game. Great play in their own zone by Fleury at the other end. Finally putting the puck past goaltender Eric Savai. Brand new game.
There you go. Look at that.
Nice lead, yeah.
Look at that. There you go.
Memory lane. We're going to get some fresh ones, Eric. Yeah, we got to get some fresh ones. We're going to run those.
You do. Hey, I got to say, I see Nate. He had an interesting, and I talked about this earlier, Nate. I didn't know if you were with us earlier. Talking about trade for Nico Horner. I don't think the Cubs should do that. I think the Cubs should hold on to Nico Horner. He's got one more year of control. You're paying him peanuts, and he's a damn good player. You just signed Alex Bregman. You're going for it. You just traded for Edward Cabrera. You're going for it. So why would you make your roster more weak by trading a Nico Horner? He's going to hit free agency anyways. And I think Lou, you made a great point. At the trade deadline in 2026, if the Cubs are out of it, he's your little piece that you could go out there and trade. I think the Cubs are not.
If they're in it, they can use him as a trade piece.
Yes,
something
or that too. Either way, depending on where they are, right? He may be the central part on why the club is winning. But I wouldn't trade him. What's the point of doing it? I saw earlier today they're talking about maybe trading that kid Shaw, maybe, possibly. So.
Yeah, but I think Lou nailed it. Lou could have not come up with a better stance on what is going to happen. You keep Horner, you hold him until the trade deadline, you fill in the little gaps, and then you make your run.
Nico's making $12 million.
That's nothing.
I know.
That's nothing. Come on.
Well, it's nothing unless it's a Giant.
It's nothing to us, but to the owners, it's something.
Yeah. Here, Fujiko's another $2. So is it for sure the Giants won't get a star pitcher? Look, anything is possible.
Opt-out deal. Come like February 16th.
It ain't happening, man. I'm sorry. I'm the guy that's kind of like the optimist. And
yes.
I don't see it. I just don't. Gordo.
That was That was Glenn.
Yes, that was Glenn back in the day when he used to call minor league hockey up in Canada.
That was many years ago, Aaron. But
Gordo says, watching Bum, Tim, Kane, Panda, and that group through the years, anything can happen. Here's the problem. The Giants don't have a Bum, Tim, Kane, or Panda that's currently in their system. They just don't, and that's the problem. The one strength that the Giants have always had was good pitching, right? They seem to always find some pitcher somewhere. Lately, they have not done that. Tyler Beatty, by the way, did you hear who he just signed with?
The Cubs.
The Chicago Cubs. He was an up-and-coming starter for the Giants. They thought he was going to be the next best thing. Kyle Crick was another one. Kyle Harrison was another one, right? We don't know what's going to happen with Kyle, to be honest with you. The book's still to be written on him. But the Giants have missed on pitching, and it just sucks, right? Gordo, it sucks because I don't see that Bumgarner and Lincecum and Matt Cain on the horizon. I hope that I'm wrong, but I don't see it. I don't know if anyone else sees it. Chat, talk to me before we get out of here.
Position players and then shortstops.
Right.
We're like 3 years away of back-to-back great shortstops, but it doesn't do any good when you have Adames signed for 6 years. Where are they going to play?
Yeah,
so,
that's a good point. Now, that's the good thing with shortstop. You can kind of play them elsewhere if you need to. So maybe second, like that Joe Suar or that Luis Hernandez.
Move them to the outfield if they're that athletic.
Outfield or second base or whatever. That Luis Hernandez, that guy seems to be trending. But again, to your point, Glenn, hold on. To your point, we don't know. Until they go through the system and see what they could do, we just don't know.
Lou, before I get out of here and we wrap all this up, Lou, Eric was talking about, playoff games next year, sneak in for a couple. Do you really think? Do you agree with me, Lou? Too many holes, just way too many holes. This is going to be a write-off of the year.
Sorry,
I was going to play ventriloquist. Yeah, Glenn, you're absolutely right. I've never seen a more brilliant.
I think you're right, especially since the Cubs are better this year. The Braves and their new manager are a lot better, and they're healthy. We just went over the lineup. I'll go 8 teams. 8 teams better than us. Only 6 teams make the playoffs. So that means the Giants got to jump 3. To be there, and I just don't see it. We have 2 starting pitchers, 3, 4 are sort of mediocre guys off injuries. We don't know who our 5th starter is. Our bullpen, you got to remember, last year we had a bunch of guys that were the flavor of the week. That's it. We don't have a closer. We have nobody that can hit in the clutch. We're missing. We don't have a bench. It's really going to be. And like I said, we have the toughest schedule to start. Our first 40 games, I think maybe there's 6 that are winnable, and it's going to be real tough. So, we'll see.
And my fear, Eric, is that I can feel it coming. The floodgates are going to open. Cubs will trade Horner. Are we going to go through?
No, it's not easy. I'm telling you, I don't think the Cubs are going to trade him.
Are we going to go through he's local over again? Is he going to be Lou's flavor of the week?
There's no point. There would be no reason for the Cubs to do that because they're a good team now. They're a good team. Why would you trade?
I agree.
Right? If you just went out there and traded for a pitcher, you traded your top prospect for Edward Cabrera. You signed
the guy that was supposed
Alex
to take
Bregman.
over for Kyle Tucker. Casey was supposed to take over for Kyle Tucker.
Yeah, right.
That's why I say Lou made a great point earlier. Just keep him. He's such leverage for you by midseason.
All right, real quick before we get out of here,
here we are saying good things about the Cubs. I want to talk about good things about our Giants, Eric.
Yeah, I know.
And my Mets.
Real quick, I want to thank Fuji, Justin, and JB for all the super chats you guys came through tonight. We appreciate it. And again, Justin, for coming on and talking about your lowly Red Sox. I appreciate that. And of course, Armand, man. Armand coming in here.
Thank you for the award, guys. I have it right next to my TV.
Did it come in the mail already?
It came last week. I emailed the picture and everything. I DM'd Eric.
I didn't see it,
he
that was fast in the mail.
That was fast.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
and it got there safe. So, I
Yes.
packed it the best. I put it in bubble mail and all that. So that was my fear it would get broken. Show the folks at home. Lou hasn't seen it, I don't think.
Oh, here we go. All right, here we go.
Yeah, Lou, a little taste. Lou hasn't gotten his yet. So
Oh, he hasn't gotten his yet?
no, but Lou's gonna get his. Lou's gonna get his.
Oh, my gosh.
Isn't it funny, Eric? The nights we have nothing to talk about are the best shows. That's great. Oh, look at that. Look at that.
Look at that.
Love that trademark.
Isn't that great?
The only Met to win something this year.
That's a quote of the year so far. Now, a year is early, but that's a good one.
Oh,
They deserve it. They deserve the shot to be taken.
San Jose Sharks, a dedicated guy who's always in here. Man, he had to have eye surgery, metal slag removed from his eyes. His nephew was careless with doing wells. Holy crap.
Ooh.
Okay, hold on. San Jose, I got to ask you something. I was in the Air Force, and we harped on safety. Safety. I'm telling you, it was nuts. Were you wearing your eye protection? Come on, San Jose Sharks, were you wearing eye protection? But no, on a serious note, I hope you're doing better, man.
Yeah.
That's gotta suck. You don't want to get. You start messing with your eyes, man. Whoo, gotta watch out.
How come it's our show? I don't got no awards yet. Well, I got a few awards, but I'll have to break mine out some night, show you my awards. Yeah.
I got my award right here. Look at that, baby.
Look at that.
Look at that.
The G. Craig collection.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'll bring a bunch of them March 14th when me and Lou be hanging out there. I'm gonna have to buy me an orange Sharpie and I'll have to autograph some, man.
Let me ask you, Armand, if you had your show, hold that up again, Eric. That was Eric's weekend pick. So would you rather have the Eric Romo rookie card, or would you rather have a couple of Ty Cobbs in your collection? I got
come on.
Take the Ty Cobbs because they're going to be worth money. Eric is priceless.
Time to wrap it up. See you, Armand.
Woo! That's why. No.
See you, buddy.
That's awesome.
Bye.
All right, let's get out. Hey, Lou, great show.
It was a good show. You know what? We have
This
more
is
fun. I can't speak for you and Lou. I have more fun when we're this is a lot
of
relaxed show. Relaxed, no pressure. We're not talking about crazy shit. It's just a good show, Lou. Good job, Lou, by the way. Good takes. And you too, Eric.
Oh man, this was awesome. Oh,
The chat was good.
I think Lou is he's hung up. That's a good picture of him though. He's hung up a little bit there. He's frozen in
He got a
time.
little too much Botox there on the weekend.
Oh my gosh. Rosemont says we should get a coffee mug with me with my headphones on. Maybe we'll have to talk to a Dom.
We'll talk to Dom. Any day I should be getting the box of stuff from Dom. He's getting me and if I really like some stuff, I'm going to keep it and I'll show you guys the rest. And
oh man. All right, let's get out. I think, there he went. All right. Again,
on Wednesday,
Lou,
right?
For Lou and of course, Glenn, guys, thanks for hanging out. We'll be back here Wednesday. Do it all over again. We'll have some fun. Hey, this was a fun show, guys. I appreciate you guys hanging out. Again, all the support you guys give us, especially in an absolute stinker of a freaking.
Bye, Al Long. Bye, Al Long.
Bye, Al. Woo!
You've been watching Giant Sports Talk Live with Eric and Glenn, a Northern Lights Entertainment Broadcasting production.